Hello, hello, Lippity, welcome back. So just wanted to put it out there that it has been a very long day for me. We spent the day cleaning the house and doing all the responsible adult things. And then it is 10 p.m. where I'm at right now, and now is finally the time where I can sit down and do some more Archon Quest. John and I were relaxing with some Genshin right before this, but we were doing more like dailies and stuff like that together. But yeah, we figured that I do have some time to continue catching up with the Archon Quest. So the plan for today is to finish Act 4, which apparently only have maybe like half an hour left or so, or less than half an hour of the final act. So I could have of Act 4. So I could have done that yesterday, but I didn't know that it was so short. And then we are going to play until the end of the first section of Act 5. So there is going to be a little like pring kind of sound that will signal to me that I have done completed the first section of Act 5. And there's going to be like a bunch of rewards that I get for doing it. So that is the plan for today. Just wanted to catch you guys up with what we are planning to do today. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the stream. So, but yeah, if any of you are watching who are normally my like flute content folks, that's why I've titled these streams Flutist Off Hours, because this is my hobby. This is what I do on my off time. But it just so happens that the music is very beautiful, and the storytelling is amazing. The voice acting is top notch. So I want to share that part of my life with you guys. And what better way to do it than to share the actual story part of this game. So yeah, that's what we're here for. And a lot of times I'm noticing that things will happen in the game and it'll remind me of, a story from my own life or something. So I will, every now and then I'll pause to talk to you guys and tell you guys a story and something. So if you want to get to know me better, these streams are actually really good to get to know me. And we can just hang out and have a good time. So without further ado, let's get going, shall we? Here we go. Into the game we go. So, very excited. Very, very excited. The cutscenes last night were amazing. So I am very much looking forward to more amazing storytelling again today. So yeah, got my water with me. You guys should hydrate too. Get your water as well. And if you guys happen to be settling in for the night, I hope that this stream can put you into a calm mood and help you sleep better. Although the story is getting kind of real, so we'll see where we go with that. Okay, so we are gonna head back, I think, into the fortress of Meripede. All right. Looks like we need to talk to 4 people. First one is pretty close by here. Let me switch to a different team. I do have Risley, but I prefer fighting with this team.
You guys are back?
Crystal! Macaroon!
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
That is so sweet.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive?
Aww.
Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
I'm sure the welfare meals must have just skyrocketed in quality recently.
Oh, well, if you say
Oh,
so.
wait!
I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
The second option was your meals will bring all the prisoners to the cafeteria. I think that's a play on your milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. Kudos to the writers. Merry Christmas, Tony. Merry Christmas Eve, that is. Merry Christmas. Well, for me, it's still Eve, but for you, it is Eve. Midnight in Texas. Wonderful. I'm glad that you guys are tuning in, even though it's like in the middle of the night, that it's, you know, that this is something that's like relaxing enough for you guys to tune into. Yeah, his meals bring all the boys to the yard. Alright. Siegeween! Hello!
Siegeween! Traveler, Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt?
Don't worry, we're both doing great.
We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, of course. We must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervulette know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both alright. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days.
So the bombshell bros were the two guys that we talked to first.
Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Psychopath. Sweet, sweet psychopath. Okay. And then we have a fourth person. Are they in the dormitories? Yeah, they're in the dormitories. Okay, let's go to the dormitories first before we go see Ridesley. Alright, let's go. I really appreciate that their footsteps sound different depending on what they're walking on. It's a great little touch. Really immersive. Excuse me. Oh, this is the infirmary.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, look who it is. Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Oh.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from it, eh?
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Aww.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Well, she basically gave a thrashing to the Hydro Archon, who may or may not be the Hydro Archon.
Her
It was a little
attitude towards you
surprising.
is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Father is very capable, and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She
Wow.
said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Wow, Paimon.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Okay, this is really cute. Like, definitely this is like wrapping up, you know, the
We
act.
should start preparing that tea party.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm all for it.
I'll help you set it up.
Oh, they're so cute. They are so cute. Also, I just realized that the other people might have something more to say, so we're just gonna pay them a quick visit again. Oh my goodness, my broken eyes cannot read your name. Is it Saz31? Yes, I am a gamer. I'm a filthy casual gamer,
Hey,
but
why don't
yes,
we have
I
a meal with
am.
those two one of these days?
I am very happy to know that it sounds like do you also play games? But thank you for saying that I'm one of your favorite flutists. That's very high praise. Thank you.
You want to cook for him yourself?
Why not? Good chance to show him what I can do.
Is it just me, or do they have very slight New York twang? Like a New York accent? Is it just me? I feel like they have a bit of a New York accent. Or like the voice actors put on a bit of a New York accent. You got an automaton for Christmas from your roommate? That is so
If you can
cute.
find the time, please stay at the fortress for just a while longer.
Oh. Yo, automatons are great. I still don't have one. But they're very funny. And there are some people in this world who can play them so well. Like I feel like they never were meant to be played that well, but like some people play them extremely well. That's awesome, Tony. I'm so glad. Okay. Oh, we're going down, not up. Interesting. Oh, okay.
Courier, Miss Sishween told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? What's you two?
Junior, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
We're fine, thanks.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
Okay.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
They totally are. 100%. They are totally together. 100%.
Courier, the rumors about us are literally everywhere now. Please do something about it.
But it's not like I caused them by myself. All right. I'll try to do something about it when I can find the time.
By myself. Yes. Ah. All right, now we're gonna talk to Wrightsley. All right. Hello. Oh. I can't get I can get close enough to him from here. Okay.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
He's so sassy. I don't think that's gonna work.
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Cloran received lipstick instead.
Oh, that's so cute.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies.
That's actually so adorable.
Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Oh.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
Interesting.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Is food still covered?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Nice.
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Got it. Understand. Understand. Hello.
Your file can't be closed until we've completed your paperwork, so don't forget to come find me again when you're done serving your sentence.
All right. All right. Oh, wait. Nope. That's not the way down. This is the way down. All right. Oh, there's the door. Wow. All right. So we are gonna go back to the dormitories to rest. Yeah, that's the one. It only took me most of yesterday's stream to figure out how the map worked. So we're just using this as a hotel now.
We're no longer prisoners though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
Feels like we've regained our freedom.
Being free sure feels pretty special now.
Paimon, is there something you'd like to say?
Huh? How did you know?
Because you usually immediately just fall asleep.
Hey, that's not true. All right. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like We've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
We're the best adventurers ever.
You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guide counts too.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward. Just our thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
We'll be fine, so don't worry, Paimon.
Alright then, good night to you, traveler.
Good night to you too, Paimon. Oh, how cute. Ah, this is the weekly boss that I've been fighting without knowing what the heck is going on. Okay, completion of Act 4. We did it, guys. We did end of Act 4. Hello, Steven. Good night. Hope you're doing well, man. I'm just doing a little bit of late night streaming because I've been grinding the story of this game of Genshin Impact. All right, we're gonna wait until the next day at 8 o'clock. I like that we woke up at 8 p.m. and we're just gonna go right back to sleep and wake up at 8 again. All right. Let's do this. Okay, some time has passed since the incident, and my sentence is almost finished.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life.
We're basically treating the prison as like a hotel right now with like free food, free room and board.
Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
There it is. All right. We are going to talk to the receptionist. Although, where is the receptionist? Okay.
Please sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Mirapede via the regular channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and... Huh?
What's happening?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
Let's go ask the Duke.
All right, we got our exit card. Hello, Ridesley.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
Oh.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh. You've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Actually, today is the day we say goodbye to the fortress.
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving now? That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice.
A lot of people have helped us out.
Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
You're not going to see us off?
Oh, wait, I didn't realize that Wriothesley has earrings up in the cartilage area. He also has just straight up a piercing too on the lobe. Wow, that's nice.
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Are you also in Texas? We have another person in Texas here in the chat. That's awesome. Merry Christmas Eve to you both. That's awesome.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
Whoa!
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
No, that's all right. It's not like we'll never visit again.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Meripede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And since Neuvillette was the one who asked us to come here, we should probably go report to him now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia. You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
Oh.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
They're so sweet. Why are they all so sweet?
If you're concerned about things at the Palais, why don't you take some time to go up and check things out? I believe you should still have some vacation time to spend.
Thank you for being so understanding. It means a lot. It's been some time since I've gone to the surface. I must say that I've started to miss it a little.
Aww. Oh, you know, for all the messed up things that are happening in this story, the characters are so many of the characters are just so insanely sweet. I think that's one of the things I really love about the characters in this game, particularly the guys. They're very, a bunch of them are just big softies on the inside, and it just, warms my heart. I totally did, cave to pull for some of these characters just because they're so sweet. Ito was one of them. I wasn't really into his style at first because I just thought he just kind of looked like a no-brains himbo, which I guess he is. But he, I did his story quest and I was like, oh my god, he's such a sweetheart, actually.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Oh, it's you two. I love this. Oh, this voice actor is great.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. But you can see yourselves in.
Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening.
Himbo, yeah. He is though. I mean, I'll show you guys the Ito character later. He's kind of he is a brainless himbo, but he's a big sweetheart. There he is.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
I like that we're just staring at him while he's working. That is so awkward.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting.
Really love his boots, by the way. Those are some classy boots.
Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede. And it appears that you've managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right. And we came here to see you right away.
All right, we tell him everything that's happened since the primordial
Massive
sea.
whale.
Oh, right, and we just told him about our vision about Child, where we saw a massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea.
Oh.
A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Oh.
Immersed in primordial seawater? What the hell? And is he okay?
He's not from Fontaine, so he won't dissolve.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
There's something we'd like to ask you about.
Yes? What is it?
What was that tremor we felt earlier?
Ah, right. Paimon felt it too. We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson.
Poisson?
After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The water levels rose? Oh no! What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
Yes, Spina di Rosula's headquarters is there.
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things here.
Sounds like a plan.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful. The two of you have my thanks. If you need any help, just let me know.
I cannot get over the lovely music in his office. This dude's an old dude, so it makes sense that the composer would go right back to like Baroque music, because this is also Fontaine, based on France too, so like it's just so perfect. They even do that Baroque thing where they do like a crazy retardando at the end. Like, it's just so good. Yeah. Is there Baroque flute music that happens here? There we go. It's getting really warm in here, so I'm just gonna step aside to shut off my heater. I'll be right back, you guys. Oh. Oof. That is so much better. Alright, let's pop these back in my ears. Not sure if it's flute, but it sounds like it. I believe it. I think I just haven't quite heard it yet, because this is the only, like, Baroque music that I have heard more. Like, the timbre of the instruments makes me wonder if they're actually using period instruments. Right? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that they're using actual period instruments? They might be. Oh, it just sounds so good. All right.
Oh no! What happened here?
All the buildings here seem to be in pretty rough shape now. There's nobody around. Were they all dissolved? No. Let's not assume the worst yet.
Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still... Paimon means we need to check on her. We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right, just hurry. I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own? My Desiree!
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
The music does not make this part less sad.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there.
We ran it from a different area.
Hey, Navia, are you okay?
Oh.
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Oh.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded and he saw the ground, he became terrified and eventually...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Ah, right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded on an aquabus.
Oh.
But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater.
Ugh.
Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere.
Oh shoot, some people totally were dissolved.
Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared. They were all dissolved.
Oh.
Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best to help evacuate the residents. We still haven't completed the head count, but we'll have some numbers soon.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
You can put us to work.
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful I am.
Wait, we're missing some people, aren't we? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Is that how they died? Her lackeys? No. Oh no.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
By the way, where are Melus and Silver?
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
No.
And out she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a break.
Navia walks around talking to many people, organizing
Okay,
matters.
the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now?
I understand.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Really? Okay, so that's how we're starting Act 5, huh? Oh my goodness.
of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia?
There's no need to push yourself so hard.
Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver... They won't ever come back here again.
Oh.
What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still, I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just gone. I just can't.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
How could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Oh my god.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests.
But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey even if I had to visit you two somewhere else.
I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I'd always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that means. By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina, Daisy Ray, Joinville, Jolienne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So, everyone else is safe. But still...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and Silver. But we were able to save more than we anticipated. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
No one's sacrifice is truly necessary.
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Really?
The knave? What are you doing here?
Ah, is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground.
Oh, wow.
As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also prepared a large amount of emergency supplies. I'm quite surprised.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate, then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention. By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Oh, that flute.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the Fortress of Meripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals.
So the time for jolly cooperation has come?
Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times, and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck, and at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you. Which is why I want to give you this task.
Can you trust an outsider like me?
The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family. But Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
I love the That's great. That's great.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something, a distraction, to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
Yeah, I get that. Navia's strong, but she needs company right now. We can be that company if she goes to explore the ruins with us.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you say, Traveler?
We'll go to the ruins together.
All right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on, let's pack up and get going.
There it is. Okay. We have completed that first section. So I think we're done. Yeah, it really is not a bad way to deal with trauma. I mean, I kind of had to do that. Well, I kind of ended up doing that this summer. When it was mid-June and John's grandmother and my grandmother both passed away within 2-3 days of each other. So after that was just a whirlwind of basically planning 2 funerals at the same time. And then I want to say maybe 2-3 days after I got home from the second funeral, I had to hop on a plane to go to Italy to teach at Interharmony Festival for 2 weeks. And I think it's interesting because I don't really think there's like any one good way to deal with loss like that and grief. But certainly being distracted helps. At least it helped me still see some point in life, if that makes sense, because I think the thing that hit both me and John really hard was like when we had time to kind of think about it, was apathy. Like, just when you're faced with that kind of loss, you just sort of, nothing really seems to matter anymore, you know? Like, everything feels stupid. Like I even found myself like thinking to myself, like, you know, I just play the flute and talk about the flute and talk about how to play flutes and review flutes and teach people the flute. And it's like, you know, when you're faced with that kind of, with mortality like that, you kind of feel like everything you do is stupid by comparison, you know? But I found that having to be forced to do things and get things done definitely helps realign my my perspective, I think, because I definitely feel that feeling of apathy definitely kind of warped my perspective of life, if that makes sense. I think in a way, having to face mortality like that is a good thing for everyone. Definitely makes you grow up, and it definitely makes, like, it changes your priorities and your values in a good way, or can be in a good way if you handle it well. But I do think that I think everyone feels that kind of apathy, but it's what do you do with that apathy, and how do you navigate that apathy, that I think is kind of the key turning point for each person, in terms of how that shapes your values and your priorities afterwards. So personally, I felt that being in Italy for 2 weeks to see the effect of my work and how my work can positively affect other people in more ways than just playing the flute and playing music. Like, I could see the students that I was, you know, talking to, I could see them gaining confidence and, like, you know, like looking forward to the future, chasing their dreams and becoming just, I almost kind of felt like I was watching them sort of like blossom and grow just as human beings. And that really helped me realize that what I'm doing is not stupid, even though the entire time I was sitting on the plane to go to Italy, I was just like, this is so stupid. Why am I going to Italy? You know, like everything just feels stupid. But when I was there, I think the work really helped distract me in a positive way, where, yeah, it really put back into perspective that what I do really does matter. And it really does help other people. So, yeah. I think that's what Navia is doing right now. And yeah. Ooh, I did not expect that to hit me that hard. But I guess with this year having dealt with so much loss and grief, that hit me really hard. What was I invited to Italy? I was invited to Italy. I was invited to teach at the festival. And I guess now is as good of a time as any to follow that up with, I've been invited again. I just signed the contract, so it's official now. I am on the website. So if anyone wants to study the flute with me in person for 2 weeks for sort of like a pretty hardcore, it's like a hardcore music festival, as if you're doing music school for 2 weeks in Italy, head on over to Interharmony. Interharmony's website, Interharmony International Festival is what you guys will be looking for. But yes, I was invited. So, you know, it was a wonderful experience, and so I'm really looking forward to doing it again. Yeah. I was going to talk about some of this in a video in the new year, which I think I will still make, because I'm sure that not like most of my channel is probably not going to watch to this point of the gaming streams and see this part of the gaming streams where I talk about this exact issue of the fact that we had just dealt with 2 deaths in the family, and then I hopped on a plane to Italy. But yeah, dang, that was rough. So we'll see where the story goes. This is why I love Genshin, guys. This is why I love Genshin, because they really hit on like surprisingly very real life issues. And I think playing through a story like this is such a great way to navigate your feelings and emotions and your experience. I mean, I certainly right now feel like I feel very heard right now. I feel very seen. And yeah, guys, this is why I've been playing since 2020. So has Lippity here. But yeah, well, I'm going to call it for tonight. We will continue the Archon Quest, the second part of Act 5. I'm not sure if I can stream tomorrow. Not sure if I can. So if I can't stream tomorrow, I might end up streaming maybe the day after Christmas. Not really sure. So, or I mean, we're mostly home, so I might end up streaming Christmas Eve, Christmas. Don't know. But yeah, I'll see you guys sometime soon. And we'll continue this so that we can get into, I think I do want to try out squeezing in Farina's character story quest too, because I think that it's the event is a better experience if you've done her story quest. So I think I'm going to try and do that. Yes, Act 5 is super long. Yes, I have been warned by you and my husband. So it's probably going to be quite a few streams of us going through this stuff. So, and you're still waiting for D-Look. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe you have somehow evaded D-Look this entire time. That is insane. Well, okay. I will take my leave. Thank you all so much for joining, for listening, for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. Merry Christmas Eve. For me, for most of you guys, I think Merry Christmas Eve. Good night. Take care of yourselves. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And I shall see you guys the next time I stream. All right, laters. Good night.